And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Cleveland Guardians. And this is the rubber match, Siggy.
And these games can really shape your season, Boog. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set. And today's starter, Shane Bieber, having a pretty ridiculous season so far, Singy.
Yeah, you see there with the sub-2 ERA, very dependable guy, and he's been pretty much lights out so far this season. So, when a guy like this takes the mound, Boog, I'm expecting to watch him get into a rhythm quickly and just move through a ball game. Sometimes you can see some big strikeouts. Other times, it's hard to even know he's there because the innings go so quickly.
It's in and out of his glove. Gets off a throw, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they clean things up for the out. As we check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Of course, a big piece for them is their DH, Rafael Devers.
Well, he's an important part of this lineup for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Boog. It's somebody that they try to feed off of. He does a lot of things, very well up there at the plate. He's got a presence about him, and, he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch swing the bat.
And a bunt towards third. And it goes just foul. One down, base is empty. Late that time, and it's strike two.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss. Bieber with the strikeout.
Oh, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Swings through that one for strike one. 2 outs, base is empty. Falling behind 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Fastball is outside. Swing and a miss. 3-2 now.
We got a full count.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Now batting Tristan Casas, the leading home run hitter in the American League. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
Man at second. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Rocchio makes the catch, and that is that. And the Red Sox leave one. And now the Guardians will see what their bats can do in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. now at Progressive Field. On the hill here today, Lucas Giolito.
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4, but this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
Bottom of the first. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Kwan with a homer in his last game. Ground ball right side, and that chance handled. 1 up, 1 down. Here's the Guardians lineup now. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Stephen Kwan.
Well, he's been a very consistent performer this year, and man, when you look up and you're in the top 5 in batting average in the American League, tell you what, that raises your level of confidence to keep it going and try to finish in that picture or maybe at the very top. He's been spraying the balls all over the yard. We're going to keep our eyes on him in this one.
And that one got a piece of him.
That got him.
Batting third,
Kyle Mansarda digs in for the Guardians. Sat out last night's game, but back in there today. To first, maybe a 2-ball. And he can't come up with it. But he wins the foot race to first. Good job of knowing how much time he had there.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Carlos.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's the veteran first baseman, Carlos Santana. And that's a little bit high. Ball 1. Smoked on the ground, a second. The throw to first. Out number 3. 1 left for the Guardians. Scoreless after 1. Second inning set to go. And now it's going to be Masataka Yoshida.
Thinking about Yoshida, he's never going to be the biggest player when he's on the field, but that doesn't mean he can't hit. He gets on base and doesn't strike out very often. That combo makes you a valuable asset to your club.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's Alex Bregman with 3 hits on the series, and 1 of them a homer. Runner on the go. In the air, left field. Kwan sizing this one up. He's got it, and there's 1 down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Yoshida, the runner at first, with 1 gone in the inning. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. And a swing and a miss. 2 away.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
And next for the Red Sox, Blake Sabol, the American League leader in batting average this season. Well struck right field. And that should be extra bases. Lead runner around second. Coming home. The relay throw. Tag. Not in time. He's safe. And it's 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
And with 2 down, the Red Sox. The early lead. Here's Trevor Story now.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately. Working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Inside just missed. Story with some impressive production lately.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
The pitch. And that's downstairs. And now 3-0.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
And that's in for a strike. 3-1. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Full count.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Now batting, center fielder Jarren Duran.
Now batting Jarren Duran. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. Not even close there. And now it's even 1-1.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and get out of this little jam.
Rocchio puts it away, and that is that. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's an early 1-0 lead. Back after this on the show. Here in Cleveland, here's the catcher, Bo Naylor. Giolito with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or 2 of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
And the 1-0.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
That just misses. And a count 2-1. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Now here's Nolan Jones. 3 for 7 in the series so far. On the corner for a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
One out, bases empty. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. That one missed. Two down, nobody on. To the right side, and that one handled. Whips it to first. Guardians go down in order. Nothing doing for the Guardians there. They're down 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the second baseman, number 28. Bieber back to work. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. Ripped on a line to center. Brennan makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Up next for the Red Sox, the designated hitter.
Rappy coming to the plate now. Doubled his first time up.
Yeah, and here's a fun stat on Devers. He's at his best when he's hitting homers and doubles, and by the time he was 26 years old, Devers already had over 150 home runs and more than 200 doubles. He's just the 15th player in baseball history with those kinds of numbers at that age.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And Devers hits that one. This one looks like trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got his second double of the game.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
Couple of doubles today for the DH. Tristan Casas will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
And he swings through that one.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Now the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida, singled and scored his first time. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Two outs and one in scoring position. Swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
In the air, right side. Jones on the move. And that is that. One left for the Red Sox, but they still lead it 1-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Ryan Rocchio.
And that's in the dirt. And that's ball one. You know, we talk so much about how guys prepare for a start. For Giolito, one of the things that's really cool, he actually uses scouting reports and then plays MLB The Show to execute how he's going to go about attacking hitters. Next offering is in for a strike. Just misses with that one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at-bat.
Daniel Schneemann digs in for the Guardians.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
This one high in the air to left center. Duran on the move to the alley. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, left fielder, Steven Kwan.
So the Guardians lineup turns over, and now Steven Kwan grounded out his first time. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Kwan, a former Gold Glove winner, hitting leadoff in today's game. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over .350 in his last 10. 2 outs. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already is bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Ramirez with an uncharacteristic stretch of poor play lately. Fought off foul.
Even superstars have their slumps from time to time, Boog, and he's no exception. He's too good to struggle much longer, though. I'd expect him to turn it around soon.
The next pitch misses. Now 1-2. Tying run is at first here in the last half of the third. Giolito moved to first.
No, he's in there.
And he dives back in safely. Out to center. Duran makes the grab, and that ends the inning. Guardians lead 1, and it remains 1-0. On to the fourth. Here's the third baseman, Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
And ball 1.
You know, these Red Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Chopped to third, and that chance handled. Throws to first in time. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Up next for the Red Sox, right fielder Wilyer Abreu.
Wilyer Abreu getting ready to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. You think back to 2017, and Cleveland set a major league record. 22 consecutive wins they had. It was capped off with a 10-inning walk-off win. Pretty amazing streak and a big part of the history of this yard. Brings it in with a nice running grab. Two away now. 2 down, bases empty. And here's the catcher, Blake Sabol. Doubled his first time.
Boog, and I remember early in that season covering them and talking to their staff and players, and they didn't feel like they had really clicked yet. Now, when I went...
Dives, and he can't hang on. The throw is still in time, and they do get the third out of the inning. Red Sox go down quietly, but they lead it 1-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. That one ripped. And foul ball.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. Duran racing over to make the catch.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. And the next pitch is way outside. Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
1 down. Bo Naylor at the plate now. That's a strike. Just missed. In the air, right field. Abreu sizes this one up. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Nolan Jones.
So digging in, Nolan Jones.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. Just missed.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Inside, just missed. Two outs. Just off the outside edge.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the center fielder, Will Brennan. 0 for 1 so far. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
That's off the mark, and the count even 1-1. Swing and a foul out of play.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
2 on, 2 outs. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Ball one there. The other way, takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Red Sox, center fielder Jarren Duran.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over, and now the center fielder Jarren Duran.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike. All right, Singy, trivia time. Back when this ballpark opened, 1994, one future Hall of Famer hit the first triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player. Think you know who they were?
Okay, I know that Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first triple here, but first homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Switch hitter, that's all you're getting.
Oh, dude. Eddie Murray, no doubt.
Bam! Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Number 28 stands in now and watches strike one.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Ball.
Next offering upstairs.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. He's safe. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
The 1-2. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. And no chance for him to make the play. Let's just hope he's all right. The comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's just plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boog.
Devers now. Devers, the baby-faced assassin. In there for strike one. Runners at the corners, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Next
One
offering
ball, one
way
strike.
off the plate.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Left field. Brings it in. Runner tags for home. The throw in. Not in time. He's safe. A run comes in on the play.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Tristan Casas. 0 for 2 in this one. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
0-1's the count.
That's in there.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's back there. And that one is off the top of the wall. The run scores all the way from first. It's 3-0.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. So close to blasting that one out of here the other way, but well, that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field.
Masataka Yoshida now at the plate. 1 for 2. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That one blasted deep to right. Raging back towards the wall. Leaping, and it's gone. That one felt good, and they add to their lead. It's 5-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. That's it for Shane Bieber, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching
Joey
for the Guardians.
Cantillo on to pitch here.
Still pretty
54.
early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Now it's Alex Bregman. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Strike 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
High fly ball out towards left field. Way back there. Gone. He doinks it off the foul pole. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 6-0. Singy, that's his 199th career home run.
Well, 200 homers is an exciting number for anyone to get to. He's got to be looking forward to that next one a lot. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, This is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. And the first pitch misses for ball one. And downstairs.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
There's a strike. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. And they add a run. It's 7-0. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. Back-to-back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. Pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not, but I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
2 outs, nobody on. Digging in, Blake Sable.
Outside, that's a ball.
And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. The big 6 spot already on the board this inning. All Red Sox in this one. And another ball. There's a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
This one chopped to first. Santana. He steps on the bag, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. They bring 9 to the plate, and 6 come around to score. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Red Sox 7 and the Guardians nothing. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Brian Rocchio.
Brian Rocchio.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Next offering upstairs.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
On the ground to third. Bregman to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now it's the second baseman, Daniel Schneemann. Flied to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that is out of play. The Red Sox up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. That one is upstairs. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Kwan in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Guardians go down 1-2-3. Not going their way. It's 7-0. Welcome back and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Cantillo back to work. Chopped out in front of the plate. And that one handled. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, center fielder, Jarren Duran.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the center fielder, Jarren Duran. 1 for 3. Duran, 28 years old. And he's a former All-Star Game MVP. Swings through that one.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
That catches the top part of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Number 28 in the box now. No balls and a strike.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles, but you want to get the heart of the order up to the plate.
And that one's a little bit low, and that's ball 1. That one missing inside. And that's outside. And the count is 3-1. And that is low for ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
On the ground, right side. Handles, throws to first, and Devers is set down. And that'll do it. And the Red Sox leave 1, but they're still in control. It's 7-0. Back here in Cleveland, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Jose Ramirez. Hit hard, base hit. And that's going to kick into the corner. Now he'll turn for second. And he starts the bottom of the 6th with a double.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
So, man aboard, Kyle Manzardo digs in for the Guardians. That clips the corner.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hard the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Pitch misses outside, and 1-1. Makes a sliding stop. The throw, and very nicely done for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Carlos Santana digs in for the Guardians. That's a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Ball inside.
That misses the zone.
Outside.
Now 2 balls and a strike. And it's fouled away. Good eye right there. 1 out and a runner at second here in the bottom of the 6th. And they'll do it again. In the air, out towards left center. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor digs in now. This one in the air. Bregman settles under it. He makes the grab, and that's the inning. 1 left for the Guardians. They continue to trail 7-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tim Herron.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Tristan Casas getting ready to hit.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
You know, these Red Sox, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. It's been a real team effort. Already 7 extra base hits, so that goes to show they're getting contributions from top to bottom. Nobody's doing that by themselves.
And that one is in the dirt. Now 1-2. Just missed.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Bounce to Santana, and he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, left fielder, Masataka Yoshida.
And stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. He's already homered in this game. First pitch misses. Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Number 51, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Sewald getting loose as well. And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. Outside, 2-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
The Red Sox up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. That one to first, and it stays fair.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
And now it's Alex Bregman. 1 home run shy of 200 for his career. Right through there for a strike. Bregman with just 1 more homer to reach the 200 career mark.
You know, we usually talk about bigger numbers when it comes to homers, but only about 400 major leaguers have ever hit 200 round trippers in their careers. He's putting himself in great company.
And that's just foul. Yoshida at first, 1 gone. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
At the plate, Wilyer Abreu inside. Ball 1. Slider clips the zone. That clips the zone. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Sable now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Next offering is in for a strike. Line drive and foul ball. First and second, 2 down. Not close with that one. 1-2 to count. Headed towards the corner, and that is a foul ball. One, 2 now. Lifted in the air, right center field. Jones. And that is that. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Red Sox 7 and the Guardians nothing. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Right fielder, Nolan Jones.
And that drops in for a strike.
Changing speeds has this lineup completely off balance in this one. We've seen a lot of mistimed swings, and it's been a challenge for these hitters to get their rhythm right.
Foul ball. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Over to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
And now the center fielder, Will Brennan. Foul ball there.
Now pitching for
Brennan Bernardino, ready or not, in the game now after the injury.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
The Guardians with a lot of ground to make up here at the bottom of the 7th. And there's a foul ball. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Abreu makes the grab for the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Brian.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Cleveland, Brian Rocchio. Tap dances out of the way of that one.
Hey.
Movement in the bullpen. Garrett Whitlock, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Slayton also throwing. And a base hit up the middle. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting.
And now
second
Daniel
baseman,
Schneemann.
Daniel Schneemann.
Ball, that's low.
In the dirt. Rocchio, the runner at first with 2 gone. Next offering is in for a strike. That's a little bit low. To the right side. And that one handled to first. Inning over. So a strong showing there from the Boston bullpen. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Red Sox 7 and the Guardians nothing. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Pitch misses, and now 2-0. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
No strike.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the freeze wears?
Nah, they'd have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. He swings and fouls one off. That
That's a
misses the
ball.
zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a strike in there. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's outside. 2-2. And there's ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Now the number 2 hitter. Fastball is outside. Into center and a base hit. And now 2 aboard. Not in time. He's safe.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Rafael Devers.
Rafael Devers up to hit. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
0-1.
Runners are at the corners, 1 away. That's off the inside corner, and now it's even 1-1. And that one missing low.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That one fouled off. 2-2. First and third, 1 down. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Drops into the glove. Runner tags from third. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score. It's 8-0.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Tristan Casas up next for the Red Sox. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
That one drifts inside. And a foul ball. Two outs.
Ball 2.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. Red Sox 8 and the Guardians nothing. On to the bottom of the 8th. Here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, Stephen Kwan. He was late there. Strike 1.
0-1.
That's outside, and it's 1-1. And that's outside. Close, but called a ball. 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Ground ball to the right side. And that chance handled. On the run, throw to first, and he gets him. Nicely done.
For the Guardians, third baseman, Jose.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Just missed. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Breaking ball inside. 2-2. And there's a base hit to the left. So a man aboard now with one away.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Next to hit, Kyle Manzardo. Just off the inside edge. Ramirez stands at first with one out. In the dirt, it gets to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
Now that's smacked to right center. Base hit. They're waving Ramirez home. He'll score, and it's an RBI single. It's 8-1. Man at first with one gone. And the batter now, Carlos Santana. Ground ball could be two. Flips to second. That's one. And it's a double play to end the inning. One run on two base hits. No errors, no one left. Ninth inning coming up. Red Sox 8 and the Guardians 1. We're back. It's the top of the ninth. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Paul Sewald.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
And first offering is fouled off. Sewald goes 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2012. And that hits the bag. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Red
Alex
Sox,
Bregman will hit next.
Alex Bregman.
His next home run will be the 200th in his career. It would be pretty cool to see it right here.
Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu. He's already homered here in this one. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. And there's a strike.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play, because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from the warning track if he has to.
There's a swing and a drive. Forget it. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 10-1. That's their fourth home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish.
Let's take another look at it, but this time with the help of StatCast.
Well, this one wasn't hit that high, but when you can launch it at 111 miles per hour off the bat and get some backspin, it'll carry enough to get out of here.
One out, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Blake Sable. Fastball for a strike. Next offering is in for a strike. Still only one out here in the inning. Struck him out looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Here's Trevor Story. 0 for 3 in this one. Out to short. Not in time. He's safe.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first, and not every shortstop can even make that play.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran, and immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That one at the knees for a strike.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Story off of first with 2 away. And he chases that one. 3rd out. 2 runs for Boston on the home run. It's now 10-1. You're dialed into the show. So bottom of the 9th, here's the catcher, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor.
Bernardino back to work. Way outside, and it's 1-0. That one pushed to the left and foul. The 1-1. And that one almost got him.
Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting, right
Stepping
fielder,
up for the Guardians, Nolan Jones. And that one gets past the catcher. Naylor into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
Well, Boog, not exactly making him earn it right now with the walk and now a wild pitch. He's going to need to find a way to refocus out there, get back in the strike zone before this unravels on him.
Runner at second, nobody out. Next pitch misses way outside. Tap foul at the plate. That missed by a lot. And that's ball 3. And there's a strike. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That one down the line, and it hits the bag. The throw into second. The tag, and they cut him down, going for 2. But a run does come in to score. Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. And that drops in for a strike.
0-1's the count. Ball.
1 out, base is empty, and a run in here in the last half of inning number 9. And that is downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. And that is out of play. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now it's going to be Brian Rocchio. Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-1.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. In the dirt. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Over to Story for 1, and that's a double play to end it.
After a couple of times through the order, this team really figured it out with the bats. A huge 5th inning, and that was all they really needed to get this victory today. Really nice job to pick up the W today.
10-2 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
I just want a buttercream beamer with an R&B deep slide straight to the pay like a visa, little to the little thick thing, keep it got a feel like she shines with Adidas. Ever since she done, I've been the leader, I'm on the pledge of allegiance. Kid to the public, but to me, I'm like, one day, don't see it.